Hey beauties, it's your girl May. Welcome back and happy Friday to you. Today we're missing Stell. We're still adjusting to Stell's new schedule. We were supposed to film like 2 videos last week so that we'd have a video for this week, and that didn't happen because we're still adjusting, and we're also adjusting to her being on call some nights, which means she gets paged from like 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. And so like we're not used to having our sleep schedule like kind of thrown in the air like that. But we're getting there, we're adjusting, and I'm very happy for Stell. I wish you guys could hear her and see her in like her element. She's such a boss babe, and I'm so proud of her, and I know you guys would be proud of her too. It's just really cool to see her like in her power, you know? I love it. And I think she's really enjoying the new position. Like, I think she really likes it. So she'll be back for next week's video. And right now there's just a lot going on, and I have a lot going on in my life. Planning our wedding / elopement, and COVID, and also launching and getting my new project off the ground and into works, while very exciting things, is also causing like a lot of anxiety. There's so many uncertainties, so much unknown, and so I thought I'd come on here and share like my 5 top tips on how I deal with my anxiety. And I think everybody is feeling the weight of the world right now. Like, the global consciousness is having one giant panic attack. It's like near impossible to avoid having some type of anxiety. I just wanted to share with you guys how I've been handling most of my anxiety over the past like year now, almost. Woo, getting close. Diving into my top tips, we're gonna start with number 1 is exercise. I know, like you've never heard of it. Like it's never been on any how to overcome list. It reduces stress. It reduces anxiety. You know, you get that blood pumping and you get that endorphin releasing, and you feel so much better after you move your body. I like running because it helps clear my head, it clears my thoughts, and it like grounds me in my body. Get out of the head, in the body. It's the most effective way for me to overcome like that crippling anxiety where I'm either going to like crawl up into a ball and stay there and cry all day, or I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna run, and it's going to help me at least like handle the anxiety. It's not a magic pill that you take and then all of a sudden, poof, your anxiety's gone, but it definitely helps to combat it and work through it. Sometimes exercise is a really good release for me too. Like, I've cried. I have cried tears while in motion, while running, crying tears. That's a story for another time though, we'll save that one. Point is, find some type of movement or exercise that you enjoy. Walking, yoga, badminton, racquetball. Get your body moving and get grounded. Helps. Speaking of crying, crying's number 2 on my list. Tell you a little something about crying, right? It's good. It's good to cry. Cry all you want. Don't let anybody tell you that you're a baby for crying. You just let it out. You let yourself cry. You let yourself have a good cry. Sometimes life sucks, okay? Sometimes life is not fair, and it's so frustrating. When I'm super frustrated and I'm just admitting defeat from the world, dude, all I want to do is cry. You know, I just want to have myself a good cry, and that's okay. I like to weep. I like to let it out and let it flow. You ever have a good cry? And then the first thing you do after you're done crying is you're like, you just release this big old sigh, and it feels so good. It's like your body starts tingling, like, oh, thank you for acknowledging these emotions that are raging through me right now. Like, it's okay to have feelings and to be overwhelmed by them sometimes, to the point where you just start crying. It's completely natural. Cry, right? It's okay. We can all have ourselves a nice little cry. And of course, like, you can't force it. You know, you can't force a cry, but what I'm talking about is when you feel the tears, you know what I'm saying? Like when you feel like you're about to start crying, let it flow. Just let it out. Just go ahead. Run down my cheeks. Having myself a cry helps with anxiety because I'm like acknowledging my feelings. Moving onwards, tip number 3. Reading. Man, there is something so soothing about reading a little self-help book or any book for that matter. Just diving into a nice, good read is very calming. It's like being wrapped up in a nice warm fuzzy blanket, maybe sitting right next to a purring little fire, little snowflakes dazzling outside your window. Everybody loves sitting down with a good book and like getting cozy, and that's like your space. So if I'm home and I'm dealing with some anxiety and I can't get myself to do anything, best thing to do is sit down with a book. And after about a chapter or so, I start feeling better and I'm like, oh, okay, like I can take on the tasks of the day. Thank you, kind book. It's hard for me to find any activity that helps with anxiety. So reading is something that's very calming for me. It's also really helpful if like you don't have anybody to talk to, if like nobody's around to talk to you about what you're going through. Tip number 4 is talking or journaling. I'm a big talker, and especially a big talker when it comes to my anxiety. If I'm having anxiety or some type of panic attack, I can't not talk about it. It's definitely one of the ways I deal with anxiety. When I vocalize my feelings or my emotions, it's like putting a name to the face, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It requires me to look deeper within myself to the like root cause of the problem. When you vocalize it and you hear it out loud and not just in your head spinning around in circles, you'll have a better understanding of like what it is exactly that you're going through or you're feeling, what exactly it is that's bothering you or what you think is bothering you. And then you can go through the many stages of working through your past traumas and healing them and all that fun stuff. Yay! I just have a better understanding of what it is that I'm dealing with. When I vocalize my feelings, I acknowledge my feelings, and it turns this really big scary monster into really cute little animal. That's what it turns it into. And it doesn't seem so overwhelming anymore. Sometimes life just sucks, but it helps to talk to a friend about it. If you're not a big talker and you don't like talking about your feelings, or if there just happens to be nobody around to talk to at the time, you can always journal and write down your feelings. Sometimes we just need someone to listen to us, and sometimes that someone is a journal. And last but not least, step number 5 is meditation. Meditation is a practice and a way to bring yourself back to the present moment. And in stressful times, this is a very, very useful tool. Letting go of my thoughts and creating awareness around my breath is like one of the number 1 tools I always go to when dealing with anxiety and stressful situations. Sometimes when I'm not home and I'm dealing with like a lot of anxiety, say I'm flying or I'm traveling somewhere, the best thing to do is like a body scan where you focus intensely on different parts and areas of your body, and that helps to ground you and helps you to bring you back to, again, the present moment. Those are my top 5 tips on working through your anxiety, or things that I do to help with my anxiety: exercise, crying, reading, talking, and journaling, and meditation. I think we're all going through it, and I think that we're all struggling, and there's no magic pill for the stress anxiety of today's world, but there are ways to help better manage those stresses and anxiety so they're not debilitating, you know? So I hope these tips help you guys out too. Please share your tips and tricks on how you deal with your anxiety. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. And because I love montages so much, I made a little montage that I posted on Instagram earlier on the week of me and Stell picking out a pumpkin, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I love montages. So without further ado, here is our pumpkin picking montage. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you next Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I love you guys so dearly, and we'll talk to you next time.